Non siabo Ghana this year. Yamamunyina jubie mama kwa basumje fie peace. 104.3 na wasuguso utie braso. Sense me coachi ba bremane semifo. Waje brewaso ne so na nwumire de beso mo se kasebo. En se be se twan ho neat 100.9 okay 101.7. Shape house and crying Abeka Junction na yeso mo de afiri. Ukopie mu e wasante mantemu aye nuanom. Okra kasebo mu na ye hello 101.5 radio stations ni Dawson Ghana enamono ni woni na ebo makasebo yi ebi edu abobo ano social media platforms ahodo on so etwagu oso a despite media YouTube Facebook Peace FM online and I say Peace 104.3 honsu benya bi ahwe wadwe nkyere no fatum se breba mu ye beje bre na yakenkan edi amawo ensema anwumire yesi ni koso ne ye de beso se kasebo no Dawson ya chemu mienu emo no chia no yenkan soda eni nsem bi etodwa na watwemu de tie yabo ano yese be ka ye ho yato ne din Ghana this week na nsem ye betodwa no nse kasebo mu bi enie Ghana mampanya be di chiri Professor Jane na opoku agima de atodwa sa yon kofa da Ghana na China ntamu no bra so se chemu kina na eboa na ebie nwuma
Energy Commission Ghana ade afutuo ama emma se won so won fa ho enhye electricity anase electrician adwuma no emu
Mfimfi mantam so afọ akasa de atudwa se bola ye ne dodo sa na bo man ne kapapa panti anhwe hunidie hu nsem ye fani akoma so ade
MCA wowo asunafo north nso ane wabo mampanyi John Dramani Mahama se wode wo mo nso aka big push no ehu
gbese manche ye de ato ahemfo wo Ghana nyina anim se ye ka o man ni mpuntu ne nchekere ya enya monyofo nkwa asade ahemfo nso mu wasodie
Okada Riders Association na womo ewo asin fosunso so na womo si business ni ekoyie panti mabunu emfa wo ho enhyem
weye ni nsem bi ebetodwa ewo kasegbo mu na nsem bi etodwa na wotwe mu ne editi ato ne di Ghana this week no ebiniye na wotwe mu na Ghana mampanyin Owura John Dramani Mahama wakasa edi atodwa so oman bi opomuden ho nsem nkoye no ye ne na woman no uni dachi
na wotwi we mu ena omampanyi John Dramani Mahama enso ekasa yese ewiemu sacha no yade ha adwen pa na nso mugusu a wo mo ekon
na wotwi mu Ghana mampanyi Owura John Dramani Mahama kasa de atudwa se wiase nyina dachi eni Africa
na first lady ahodo ya wo mo ewo bibremu man so ekopie mu ewo UN ewo ena omo so kasa fa wiemu sacha ye ensem ehu
na wotwi mu Ghana mampanyi kasa de tudwa UN nhyemu ase kire mu se COVID-19 yare ni unity no e de ehu ni se wiase nyina no apomuden afom no ye bibi ndayi
na kane mampanyi abedi eche Dr. Mood Baumia enso no wakasa no se o mampanyi John Dramani Mahama enti ebra no opposition no onim se COVID-19 aha omayi ana
o mampanyi abedi eche na wotwi mu kasa de tudwa se NDC ba ye sika 2 billion Ghana cedis na wotua e de ato mensi na hodo won futuo mu
Amampanyi abedi etue ede afutuo ede ama Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Services say school placement no awofo ne ba wo mo hwe omuyie
na school placement ne mpenifo de atudwa say the suafo be 107,000 and a school no amwo mbaabi obekwa kwaje ntete
Amampanyi abedi etue Dr. Mood Baumia ase MPP wo hwe wo mo vetting ensem a wo mo eye ne nyina gira wo mabato no a wo se ono de ehye no a ekono nani eje ho pa
we ni nsem bi etodwa na wotwe mu ya to ne din Ghana this week kasebo mu aseda enkoma this way chocolate drink ne ohia no a ene unsu ohie special ice oja so special range of drinks best point best assurance you to nchine ka ho bi we nyina bo ya chidom na anwumre ye nuanu mienu yesi nkonwa akasebo ye de esomwo akenkanfo eye me Sadat Muhammad Mene
Mame akosia etonam
afei ensem no mu nchire mu enie Ghana mampanya be di etire Her Excellency Professor Jane na opoku agiman no opanyin na wakasa e di atudwa se dwadi ayonkofo e da Ghana ene China ntam no bra so se ehemu kina na etime boa na ebo nnwuma na Ghana mabunu so onya bi eyo opanyin ka sem na wo kirem se People Republic of China sa onya won fa ahodie no beye emfinsia edioson ensianie sanso so ena yonkofa beda Ghana ena China ntamu no emfinsia ediosia enum 65 years nie brekro na no sa na mienu ye hye hofa na eno ena wogina so de atudwa say every say Ghana ye de ye ntoma bo China for de ano aboa ye papa mpuntu afam school su China aboa Ghana akwan asem China aboa Ghana sanso ena bayara sabia asem so a China waboa Ghana papa ne sayo sunti Ghana man panyin Owura John Dramani Mahama so wa wi aboa no so agusu say obeye bi aboa ama oman mpunto ho nsem afa ne ntoma pa edie fra ne sayo sunti na aban na da 24 hour economy ho nhyehyeye a wapa ho ntoma edia waye ne so befa so de aboa yi na wotire mu say ebra so se o my Ghana ne China ye hwekon e befa so na renewable energy yetumi de aboa ne yenya nyina mo a enam kwampa so ene yemfrema ene awia na atumi aboa ne yenyina mo ho nsem no afa ne ntoma pa edi afira Professor Jane na opoko agima kasa biem de tudwa se oba Africa Ghana no o ma ye dikan a ye de ntoma ekobo China for edia no na aboa ya kunasa huduo nyina so entiemu abasobo no enkoma Dr. Kwame Nkrumah enka ne Ghana mampeno dikan ene enka ne China so omupanyini bia na ye friend Mao Zedong wasi mpenufo menu ne boa ye ma yonkofa beda Ghana ene China ntemunti ene bra so na Ghana ne China yonkofa ye hyemu kina na tese ehwo afa hye yahwe ne ye dia mpenufo ye ntimi ndi na ye nyi omudin emfrim.
This partnership has survived many generations, many governments, and this is again because of the reasons that have shaped this relationship. As a result, we must be mindful of our shared historical memory and the lessons we have learned going forward. We acknowledge the initiatives from China and how they align with our commitment, and we also acknowledge the ways in which we can even forward look the relationship even more. So, what are some of the issues we should be interested in? We know that there has been steady growth in our relationship in terms of trade. And today, as the ambassador said, it has reached very great heights. But we also know that Ghana is determined to ensure that our trade and our relations translate into sustainable local development. And we want to emphasize our brilliant, determined youth. We acknowledge the roles of China in development of our infrastructure, and I refer to roads, bridges, hospitals, educational facilities, even cultural exchanges. But in all of this, as I said, we want our emphasis to go on our youth.
Ghana mampanya bedi etire Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agimai nene ena atwagu na ne kasa etire no penyina wosi China man no na mu o my Ghana mu eye ora tong defa ono so kasa bi ena wo tire mu say every say China so de ne ntoma bo Ghana for dia no China for nyamfa so pa e de afiri so wo say gina so China nyumeku ahodo wo ye adwuma wo man mu obo mu nyina aba so e tire mu say wondi wo huni na enkoso na enti o my China nim ne kwakura mu no de to China nyumeku anim say o my Ghana na obebo won sese na wo ye adwuma na o my ne mra wo mu enti obesere se won for Ghana mra enya adwuma na won hwe bonkobu Ghana mra so.
I'd like to express my special appreciation to Your Excellency Vice President Professor Opoku Agiyama for your presence on behalf of the government of Ghana, which truly showcases the deep friendship between our two countries. We Chinese often say a cycle of 10 years marks a renewal. Precisely a decade ago, Your Excellency, who was then the Minister for Education, attended the reception commemorating the 55th anniversary of our diplomatic ties. It is the friendship that has brought us together again.
Ora tenga defa NC China man one mu o my Ghana mu nene ena atwagu yi Patricia Tefa Fisher ena de amanebo yi ebesomo yen.
Energy Commission Ghana womo board etitire ni owura Professor John Gachi and odi afutu ama emma se eya light adwuma ya yesua no wonso fo ho nhim se de be betimi aboa kamia se wo ma we mu se wo hwe wo mu a omukọ emontenso ana wo mu ye light adwuma no a emma ni swakra na wo se ma dodo no a won fo ho nhim se de be betimi aboa na wo hwe ekwan a eda mema wo de wo ho hwe light adwuma esua mu ene adwuma ye mu ene emma no ewtimi se ensoso ye no esopa na Professor John Gachi Edison we etudwa e wo mu 23rd graduation ceremony ase ya wo mu emma to mikrata ama wono a wasua ade e wo kwan efa so eye nyinam kanea na sa wo be ye light akanea e wo kwan pa so e wo nkran ha eno ose enipadodo a wo mu de wo mu shed sua ni mu no wo mu ye 18,435 na so emu 183 pe na ye emma e ba sa do a na e ha adwen pa.
We want to ensure that this political wiring and certification program continues, and we also need to step up regulations. Those who are being certified today, we want to ensure that the annual knowledge update that they are giving the participants to give them some insurance towards the renewal of their life. We are concerned that ladies are not forthcoming. For the past 12 years, we just had about 1.3% of ladies participating. We just have just about 1% of females as part of those who are graduating. So we want to call on the public to provide any support that they need, provide institutions to provide support for our ladies to participate in this process.
Wajumadi no as assistant manager oda electrical wiring secretariat ano ewo energy commission owura Steven Nebeyomo enso ese ohwa nipa dodo no a wo mo ye light adwuma no wo mo ni tumi krata nimde no wo mo nhyeda nim ni yie ti ba sa no a na wo mo kowaya obi dan a na eja hyehye aba sa nkrofo ni nyina wo mo aya krado se wo metu wo mo so esa
Obia also oil electrician na energy commission man abodi kata na che say why to say driver or only license or ye ejuma ono mra betumi acho police bra betumi acho na de bia ye catch omo say exam no we electrician exam no umfi pass rate for the exam is over 80%. De bia me kasa omo nya ade wo exam no e bia omo ye carpenters and masons na we electrician no pa wo be pass because questions say bisa o wejuma hu questions na bisa o sockets a use cables a use color codes na wiring o electrician pa o be pass do interview session na o betumi the local language mpefo na omodi omma ekoma obi so onsu adwuma ko pe obi a okita license na onsu adwuma won ho
na electrical wiring secretariat wo mo assistant manager a wono ewo energy commission owura Steven Nebeyomo na yete nenka yenua na omi obenewa na de amane yi ebreye
emfimfi mantam ne so afo ene wonumunyanfo eduamoa ekopanyin wo kire na opanyin na de adesrede ma Ghana fo nyina ne titim ne wona wo mfimfi mantam mu sei efia wo ye ne dodo mu omonten so ne ha adwen bo my Ghana ka enti mpenifo hwe na wonwe ne hu mienu na ne wo ye efia kwampa obekura no no yemfa nye yakoma so ade na emboa no my Ghana hu ne die hu nsem emfa ne ntoma pamfamfira wo se na efia ye ne dodo mu no bowura monten so na kohwe ene ebole ya bo no boa ne gugu monten so ene okọ lorry stations ahodo a ene efin yetime yese ya na obi aso ne de efiri ne fi no ode abeka ho kojedi bia ahodo ene omo prapradwa ne mu a na efin o masa aboa no na omo te ho ton yema ene no mnyamfo echiem se kwabasa ye mbo mo ye pomudi hu mpo emfa ne ntoma pamfamfira ogina so sra de che won fimfim mantam se won hwe hu ni se wo die hu nsam de won toto na sere nyame so mpo ho no ahunidie ka ho bi odomanyamfo de sanse na to dwa wa abra busum yimu wode ahunidie dwumadie hihye so e wa abra won fimfim mantam opanyini gina so sere se ne ahunidie na se efi ho nsam bo my Ghana ka no enya asem ketewa entie nyina ne boa na yefi no ye chafa de boa kakra boa no prepre kuro ma beboa ama che saban so kadodo a wo bo e wo fi ho no eso atumi ate no onumnyamfo eguso oni ade hye won fimfim mantam di nkomo ene trotro bi na mho no mahwe no obi abie mpoma bola na wato afom efom twam ene onumnyamfo enso buru wa se buru ma petepete me so o je brest che ne sia duasam bionu so pa manfo papa e won fimfim mantam chiro mo se ye nam krompa ye pra nweye motika mu tutu fin edugu monten so be ye den ene ani so de hunu se fin ye be bra no ase no atimi afa ne ntoma padi efira.
It is a yama, Yakuman. So that's a second order of what the market is a kindergarten as I don't know. Yeah, the Baba Basin once so much. Bon, there, not Yabo Yahabo. Until 1 million say you should buy no comment. So, none will be to them all up. I'm yet the maid me. On my mother, Brian, you do a dash school, then a dash market kindergarten as all your bad time. Ura and if Kawa Obo my Ghana, none of your shows since the Kaya the Yaquine. Ura and if Kawa Odobo my Ghana, or Dosu since Scar, yet this is school I die. And it's able to me as soon, the assessor Yesubayano, Yesubai, na Yama, Ura, Ninguga, Bontin, then not a dameska. What Baba say we was so much, and then I people on us that were quarter ton at your iska.
Oromanyamfo aduamoa ekopanyin wo kire opanyin ye ne mfimfim mantam ne so afo na ne ka sa kire oromanyamfo George Justice Arthur korso ka sa bi kire mu se ahunidi a ode ahyehyɛ so na wa hwa prapra kuma hunisiesie yi enkosi hɔ no mo a memene de twato obusumi bi yam no bɛhwɛ na wati asi kroma prapra se na bɛ na mfimfim mantam na ahunidi hu nsɛm ebekoyi
through your medium. Then from effective next week, there's going to be massive decongestion exercise. We are coming with the police, we are coming with the security agencies, and the officers are in charge. CCMA. Already my engage market women and the traders. what as work on whatever. One should baby in Katsina. Some man can't show one on here. Now I have made them aware that they should find a place to be, because next week, Obiala no so the men's amano cars or park basa one more watching Tanzama basa walk on the pavement that is supposed to be for pedestrians. Now confusing the messes who are water.
Orumanyam for George Justice Arthur nene enetwegwe kwasi Mensa Eagle FM Cape Coast na mani boniye.
Asunafo North MC Onumonyamfo Joseph Akparibo ena wade ato na dehia womo ewo Asunafo North anim se woma ni enje pa esane se woma panyi John Dramani Mahama big push program awade abasa oba hwehwe na yakwan akoduo bi mu ewo ho no a enkoyie no waba ba siesie eno ena Onumonyamfo Joseph SM sawudu wani echire mu ewo Asunafo North kwan ba kwa ha adwen pa eyebedi akon ekopiem okasapen na sa kwan ya chepa na nso Penny John Dramani Mahama ba ye big push program or the ashemu no enenam so obo Penny John Dramani Mahama ba so pa se wa hyema bedi akon kasape kwan no wo mo de ahye big push mi na be boa ma adehye a wo ho a wo mo yakua wo mo ede wo mo dobaye eba krom no wo ho ebeto wo mo.
Of the big push, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, BSc Nenisuse or the development, Eba, Omai Ghana Hano, Yanso, a Sudanafon of constituency, Mampani, Akaye, a big push, Yadi, share a quiet Cassia, Eda, Bediaco to Casapia, a PMO, Ewo, big push project in T. Adia, Ebeda, Mampania, Sepai, Se Wakai, a Sudanafon of Asa, Quantim Poya, Aye. Death trapwa be the phone team for intimenya or more fan hodino yamiadom through the big push ebe baso kama ebeda mampani asipai asia daye MP Aruna Mohammed ase se ononso so odwa na mompa mama mampani akaye.
Na enu achi no Onumonyamfo Joseph Akparibo nso eto aso SM kane mampanyi Akufuado wo hye ne drip machine se ba ye no a Asunafo North de agina ne nanso pa nti wo mehwe se akwan hoduo bi mu so omudwudwi so no wo mo de be ye se de bi akwan no ebetimi adasu yie na mo a wo mo fa kwan no so ho so atimi atọ wo mo.
Afi ye drip machine ewo ho na eno so no eboa ade a ebetumi ede ye akwan bibre ewo Asunafo North ho drip machine ni nyina is in good condition na afi no ye be use no kama kwan ya se twitwa so ewo sebio ye mfachire ni ye nkura sen kugitwarum ye beboa so de no aye ama bia ese twa ye twa bia kotale bi gusu de na gusu ye bedamase na ya stress Oliver Twist as for more company ebibri enemra emekan ho.
Asunafo North MC Onumonyamfo Joseph Akparibo ena yete ne nka yenua osodumja na kwadwo kumi Union of Sunyane wono ena odi amane ebreye
Gbese manche afi ne homo wono waye ne say won hye ho fa ewo my Ghana mu ne emu wodi tu fa kwakopie mu ewo Netherlands abruchi memo sansa no mantu obuada na gbese manche ni ayibu nte otosum yenu ne ka se no na wochiri mu say emo bi nkotena ba bi nka se na Ghana kakreke wonye ba bia homo wafa san hye ho fa se Netherlands abruchi memo wo se ane ubisa sa na odi bisa nyina ne say wono so ani abre so obepiri mpuntu ani yeyo ede am my Ghana na ni abre se wona watu mpon wa abrabo mu na kakra eweta omubotom no obeto nsade afro mo no wode won sika be bi enwuma ewo my Ghana mu na aboa na Ghana mabunu so wonya enwuma ayo na naka se na wotim se bra so sa ahemfo so mo ye bi de bo my Ghana mpuntu ne nkanko ana se ahemfo ebra so se wo shafa hye ne potomanto obekwa bi mu no kenta ahodo ene se ye dress ane se ye dress cha ye kaso dika ohwe wani mu pa ohwe on pa boy so hu wani mu so wo se bra so sa ahemfo nyini na wo tra sa de no na won so my Ghana mpuntu ode wakoma so ade otu hu ana mo ne boa no man no efa ne ntuma pa edifira ni ayibo nti otosum yonu ka samru na wo chirim se ne Ghana for do edi na chikoko pie mu onko farma so na yakonya de mo so omo so ka ke omani se ho beje omo matera na omo abobra na atumi abom omo so masetera mu nsem afa ne ntuma pa edifira bre kro na so na Ghana for omo so akwakotena ho ne nyakopa do mo woto omo nsem no omo so oton sade afra omo se won se won achi na omo bebo mpuntu esase kuntu no hwan a na achi ene ekọ
iye wale keje kamashin ka gbetema no challenge jake wo mambi fi ji me ni ba hia Nimbane maybe eba interview ta your mouth ni gamebi a jame. No ba je afile ke ni jele. Ni amina ke amije ko ni da afika afishe sana makwa mi se. No amuna wa papi. Eja ke afile no ba ye je Amsterdam pe. Aje so to the whole Europe na mi ba na makwe. Je omo in person no ba ye business summit ni tani ke investors aya Ghana. No in papier ni kamaba last year I was in US. Then follow up this year in 2 weeks I'll be in another US because Ghana is a no, I'm setting a good precedent to all the chiefs. Now me follow up. I can just compare at your Manchester. Manchester no belong in me.
Gbese manche ni ayibo nte otosumienu nene na atwagui.
Yamfa kase ne nkopie mu awa Asinfosu municipality na ho na Okada riders no. Womo edia de swede ato omanpanyi John Dramani Mahama anim se ebra no opposition no. Wo hwe ne campaign promise de mu odu pa akopa ye Okada ye ne ye twanwom nyasem ketwa ne ba bi omunam bi omobo. Na Okada riders awomo ewo Asinfosu se womo so omanpanyi ada ne bo hye no oni so. Wo ka se wo ba omo mutumi krata no omotimi de ye adwuma license no omo so ehia bi. Na kame ese womo hwe animu a emmada na Okada adwuma so ye adwuma bebo mpa enkane no na niema nkoye ka prekra nu ombotom na so Okada business buy ko home account mu se sika ne da ho na ehome na ebi mu kura akire mu se na omukwa na omutwu taxi na obahu se ona na nya ton wie pa na de obedie akwakoya ase na so Okada ne baaye no ama omotimi aye adwuma ma agidie asan so ababiom tu omosre omampanyi se wonhwe na Okada no onyintum
na me ya man for adwan ba ne payment ne enkoyi ba be Okada ba de metun sa abo me pa se obi de na me start ba me an me ne de from ti metun ato ma me de abosunsu metun save kakra se am wa account na din na metun qualify se metun age loan to make so Okada na agreement abo youth pa yes ba ne se hihye odugu akwansu na onhwe na omunye na nka yin na embo yen
me taxi driver omoton na metif na ma moto no so de mo se ebo wase taxi na adesere de baba na de or the bank be sumpa ibe twumuto na police for high 5 cd ayaji ombegina kwanso 10 cd na ombeje nde abane de ode ba na de ko de ba ka be boy
na me ye auxiliary staff for Ghana Migration Service me be ye Okada driver so far edan ya wiase den de ba edan ya kakra e be ko ya no ne yes de ya me adum te ya yan saka ya just den say like maybe ya omobama mbra na be ya adwuma ma na yetumi ye da ya adwuma na wo ma like ho aton
na enu achi no Asinfosu Okada Riders Association panyipa wada wo manu Owura Bernard Amoa enso ede adeswede to omanpanyi anim se wosre se Okada yi a wose wo ba obagye atumi wonye ne ntentem na eche na onhwe na ne bohye no wonni su se de be ya wonso otwi Okada no wo ho ebetimi ato wo mo
MDSC was soro because e papa no e kan say obe legalize adwuma no amayen ama o magye atuma wona ma ho say enye illegal work na we de wo ye no because ye hwe de wo Ghana dwuma ekuta population pa ayo kada dwuma nti ya hwe mampani animu a embaye e ba na sanso adwuma amla animu no enhye da enye adwuma nti e be soro mampani say akwanside bi a aba biara one ne mpanifo youth fo ne be sere no say omwa yen
na wasanso atoaso ade afutuo ema Ghana babunu say sa wo ye youth na wo ni adwuma ye na wo te wo se menya adwuma nye wo se wo de nya abotre na pe obi Okada bi na fa sha ase ye adwuma na wo nya moto ane se wo kɔ na adwuma no umu na so sika wo mpa
wa wuti fia wo da so srese Ghana adwuma ni ho Ghana adwuma ni ho ne besere ene moto no ne bo anhya dan ya din bia obi kura to be 3-4 de asi ba bi se open rider de ama no de hia se won ase obebre won ase na appearance wo kasa wo ne yoye na be ma obi atumi anya ahofama se wo de moto ma wo de aye adwuma tement na fi na enka se adwuma ni ho Okada adwuma na ba yetu obi afu se kro no na wo bo ajai wo ti fie na o ma me na o papa to ma wo na wo de be den ato parents so wanyi bo modern na be fa adwuma ni bi na ye na amfa so medwe mfa mra na obi aso emu adwuma no bia sonson no ho mo bia ridiculous
Owura Bernard Amoa wono na ye panyipa oda Asinfosu Okada Riders Association ano ene yete ninka yenua Odum Prince Linford Nkwa FM asimfosu na wode nsem yi ebreye
ebegina wo su na ya home ka sebo no so ye ba ensem bi eto odwa na wotwe mu ne diditie ebesa aka kai ho.
Oh, solemn praise, hallelujah, solemn praise. Ghana, get ready. It's time to gather in worship, in power, in His will. Join host Kasiwa Kasi on Sunday, 12 October 2025. Time 4 p.m. sharp for the biggest gospel gathering of the season, Solemn Praise. This event is happening live at the Covenant Presby Church, Jolu, Accra. Who is coming? Empress Gifty, Owari Jr.,
Abna Ruthie, Efia Eyiwa,
Bethel Revival Choir, and many more. Also, don't miss the Jolu District Choir, the Singing Band, Adepa Abigail,
and Psalmist El Daniel,
lifting their voices for His will. Catch us live at the Covenant Presby Church, Jolu. Solemn praise, His will be done. Be there. Sponsors: Mommy's Hotpot Restaurant, Ahimfia Clothing, Mamty Cakes, Fresh Greens, Juice and Pastries, Arbin GH, Best of the Girls, Event Supremo, Sync Consult, and Kesco Pass Media Partners.
Ah, ma, usaka onyo manana.
Anio, Sisiana rider na de bae, sending a momo.
Yo.
Paco, and your smartphone now we use. For momo app ni tuane.
I didn't app.
Hey, and you now so ye millennium or say millennia, and I won't need momo app no. Oh, millennium for ya dear cra. For app ni di juma, na se wo di juma, e contem, na hu bambo so womu.
Beka enkofuku a wodi momo app ni di juba biara ne ho. Tia wujadi ni a opet na 7 no ka. Tia isu ni kania ka. Ana ma unsanka ya bisi ahudo pi a ye manugu. Tia momo app no ene ya. Na shase fa di juma.
This October, Ghana's altar calls once again. After 7 unforgettable years of testimonies, tears, healing, and worship, the 8th edition of Women in Worship arrives with a divine charge. Celebrating His faithfulness, minstrels from Ghana, Germany, Nigeria, to the United States, Ada Ehi, Rabna Tomi Favored, Ikiaserwa Bunsu, and many more will gather at Perez Dome on October 5th. This isn't just another gospel concert. It's a testimony-centered, purpose-soaked, digitally powered movement curated for women, families, and nations. Grab your tickets now. Regular 100 Ghana cedis, VIP 200 Ghana cedis plus beverage. Grab it online via Ego Tickets or www.eventpaddy.com. Short code USSD *713 *33 *30# or call Ticket Hotline 0248 810 396 or 0544 124 567. Tickets are available at Airport Shell, Hacho Shell, Bachana Toto, Perez Dome, and more. Sponsors: CMIH, Betamalt, Pepsodent, Gino, Palms by Eagles, Ebom Air, Awake Purified Drinking Water, PR Engineers, Media Partners, Despite Media Group. Brought to you by MTN Momo and powered by Quest. Women in Worship 2025. Daughter, you still have a voice.
Hey, na nante musta bia aba foforo no ana. Na wo nante ana wa che wo sisi wo sugar. Se wonni me yare ne na me nipadua mu a enka wie wonya me wrofo kra. Oh, sorry. Ya ready en fancy nipa. Menim ene tie me yare ankasa. Oh, kakra na nansi ache me. Me chinka sei asemu bu. Ade wonni Lawson herbal mixture e wo vie. Lawson herbal mixture. Ene ye wadwuma ye pa. If we say se me malaria ne ka me ho a. Achinje sei na Lawson herbal mixture so edisun kunim no. Honam ya pa. Wo bo no bia wo mia no kra wonte enso achire no na ye no ya afa malaria koko afitikromu amane hunu wapo so ta ye wo ya ade en eya na mentini mu ta hye me pa na ase de emikotodwan hunu bisa me so de ba nchia bobo ngumu a Lawson herbal mixture ebetene tama ho atokra ene se Lawson herbal mixture ma me hoto me dia me da wase na we no enye sika na me be da wase oh let us in kind wo no ha what triple me nya me ko pedia bros asia our pharmacy chemical na herbal shop bia be me
Frere 0248 619 999
and then 0242 133-577. Lawson Herbal Mixture there. A whole nasi in kind.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Ghana this year, fire drew see. Nsem bi eto dwa na wotwe de tie ene yesi ne koso ayese kaka ye ho ewase nyina nhia mu guso ayekoso wa America brochimemu metia UN General Assembly meeting na Ghana mampeni na wotwe mu kasa wa sedi tudwa se braso se abibiman yapomude ho nsem ye de yakoma so ade na sika di amfaso obi enu so yehwe na yitwa so.
The meeting of the Committee of Heads of States and Governments of the Africa CDC today is vital because as heads of state, the responsibility of leadership in protecting the health and lives of our citizens rests directly on our shoulders. We must step up to the plate and redirect resources to where they matter most. We must cut wasteful expenditure and channel funds to improving healthcare facilities, training more health professionals.
Ghana mampani wura John Dramani Mahama ne na atwagu ansem wodi tudwa na wochimu abre wo okopie mu ewo UN General Assembly hyemu ase
na wo sansem kora emu na mampani John Dramani Mahama kase wo hye wiase nyina eko a wo mo hye ma wiemu sachaye no wo matimi akono ochem se de omusi kono ba bi ejira no na ejira enti ebihu behia se wo meye sachaye ewom.
However, the effects of climate change are more severe in the global south because we lack the resources to address them effectively. And so when the desert encroaches on our villages and towns and they become unlivable, we are forced to flee. Wassan Shiri, a Somali-born prophet, a Somali-British poet born in Kenya to Somalian refugee parents, was London's first youth-titled Home. And he says, you have to understand that no one puts their children in a boat unless the water is safer than the land. No one bends their palms under trains beneath carriages. No one spends days and nights in the stomach of a truck feeding on newspaper unless the miles traveled mean something more than just a journey.
Amampenyi John Dramani Mahama ane yetenenka yenua Salamat Kuku apento ene di amani ebre.
UN hyemu ase ana Ghana mampenyi wakase de tudwa se Africa. Ye doso papa mobru no so ade chena de se bia ne dodo no esoro kwa na ko we di adanse se ewase nyina ni da so ene Africa esanse bebi beso ama Africa eba empuntudwuma ye ne eba bedi kan se ye mfa adwen enye bibi Africa ne bedi kan se ye ntoatoa na oman ne mpuntuo ne ye yo Africa ne bedi kan nti wiase ama wo hu Africa se ye oman a ye nso omodaache ewo ye nsem.
Already today, Africa is a catalyst for human potential and development, as well as for economic reform and ecological stability. Africa is a catalyst for systemic change. If this reality, which is fact-based and straightforward, seems provocative or unsettling, perhaps it's because you are viewing it through the lens of centuries of filters, colonialism and imperialism, and the resulting implicit bias. Maybe you are unaware of the resilience of African nations or their remarkable ability to make a strong comeback just when you think it's safe to count them out.
Ghana mampeni wura John Dramani Mahama ne na atwagui.
Na wo UN General Assembly meeting no asie no na eno so side event bi jumade bi nso ekoso a eno nso eye first ladies akodo ya wo mo wiase afa na nyina ya chese ye nso ye die first lady Lordina Mahama nso ekopie mu ewo ase na no enenam so ema second first lady a wo no ewo Namibia eye Mbe Monica nso ekasa ye se nyamyenim no kwenie o hye ya ye first lady kwan ya ofa so na ewiemu nsacha ye no wakwa wo chemse obo no homodin pa.
We have built on each presidency, and Oaflad has really benefited from strong presidencies. And I look at my First Lady of Ghana. She's a new old First Lady. She was around for 4 years. In her last year, she was the president of Oaflad. And I'm speaking to the power of impact because she left about 6 months before her term as president ended. But her work didn't stop. It continued, which speaks to the strength of the leadership, but also speaks to how Oaflad kind of continues on what the first one did. And
Namibia third first lady Mbe Monica ene yetenenka Salamat Kuku apento ene di amani ebae.
UN hyemu ase ena Ghana mampanyine wakase biem da tudwa se COVID-19 yare yi ni tini ehunu se serious nyene yapomode ho nsem no enhyada nkoye wo se ene COVID-19 aboye homode wo ho kokuram eno nso HIV/AIDS eno nso enti braso se wiase nyane ye se sa adwen kwampo e befo so yapomode ho nsem ebekoyie.
The health crisis we face is not only a crisis of disease, vaccines, and hospitals, but also a crisis of social and economic inequality. It is a symptom of a deeper malaise in the global development architecture itself. In global health, since 2000 alone, more than 50 million lives have been saved through expanded access to vaccines, HIV treatment, and malaria prevention. The Global Fund and Gavi, born out of a new development consensus 2 decades ago, have provided life-saving tools to billions.
Ghana man penyin wura John Dramani Mahama UN Shemu ase and wadi ensemu yi etuja.
Na kane man penyin abedi eche Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na wode atudwa kasa se nani ajepa asafe di omanpenyin John Dramani Mahama agye atum se COVID-19 ene Russia Ukraine ntokwa no enya sunsuanso obone ewo yesikase mu nanso ebra na opposition no wanye antum.
Almost a economic mismanagement. I say COVID and yet a factor. Me omanpenyi echo New York and omo oko ka say Africa nyina niema bo echo soro because of COVID. Semot Marty or say COVID ninti and niema bo echo soro or say a lot of your effort at reduce poverty over 10 years or 20 years. COVID no edi sa effort ni nyina abaform in just 2 years. Sa no kind. Enti sa asa onim sa but wanka election no. Enye sa onim ni kreno ba wanka.
Kane mampenyi abedi eche Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene yete nenka.
Ghana man penyin abedi etire ene Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman. Na watchuni no kasa edi tu dwa se NDC ba ye. Ghana sika botini 2 billion Ghana cedis na wotua edi atu mensina hodo won futu mu se won fam bo won puntuo.
As government works to improve the disbursement of resources to our districts, we must also note that unprecedented amounts are being transferred directly to our local governments. So far, over 2 billion Ghana cedis have been disbursed through District Assembly's Common Fund to support development initiatives.
Her Excellency, Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman ana atwagwan se mebede di na wotwe Patricia Sefafisha na maniponi.
Mampenyi abedi eche Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman na wadi adeswede edi atu Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service enim se wasra da se yenuanom enkuma womo ayekọ senior high school no placement na womo epe no womo hwese ombehe omu eyie emomo ntete awofo bia emomo nkasenti awofo bia enso.
Let's learn to work together. There's so much talent in every agency that we can learn from, we can share. And I want to urge all of us that we learn from each other, we share our expertise, and that will be the result positive for all of us. And that's what market is. I know you are doing school placements and you have all kinds of people besieging your homes, your phones, and all of them. What can we do?
Amampenyi abedi eche Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman ena yete nenka Patricia Sefafisha ena di amani ebreye.
Deputy National Coordinator Edema Computerized School Selection and Placement System Enura Abdulrahman Muhammad na watchumuka said tuja said usuafo baye 107,000 ena wontimi nya placement na sobo bi wo ho no mo awofo obo asa ankola no emo chuchu schools ena yemfa sobo ne mo.
Normally no before you start placement yeah, the offense sensitization. You bet me actually for any heads of schools. No, bet me who the policy decisions are penny for in respect of the placement. Until we expect say parents no heads no, they take advantage of it. Na ija omuda yuju. But you realize this say I often be brave no. When it comes to the issue of placement no, omuja bibia ma school no. And a man for so do one now so your margin to my first choice. The akani nyina no na adwin sharan kosa. Otimi ja akra no wa choose bi sha we are na woko. But say on missing the first choice no, now the person is confronted with the reality no. E nipa no say hey, be a mistake oh. Because you can imagine so bit me take kaswa. Otimi choose school to say osu present we choose day. It imagine say be free kaswa aba school day e wo osu present. But ono so jina say o say yes man.
Ora Abdulrahman Muhammad, where Deputy National Coordinator, Computerized School Selection and Placement System, na watchimu wodi nsɛm yi etu dwa Abdullahi Dasmani amane bonie
na otwi MPP vetting committee etena se ya wo mo mani abre se on pese wo mutu franka ema manyukuo no wo mo etoto wo mo ano eno ena kane mampanyi abedi akire Dr. Mudbomia ekopie mu ewo no se ekwan ampanyifo etena se toto na no ewo ntimi se bibia ekoyie na nani so ye kwan a wo mo fa so etoto na no enso.
As you know, I have just been in front of our vetting committee and we have had very fruitful discussions. They've asked many questions and I have answered those questions. So I'm very satisfied with my vetting and I pray that everything is okay. I hope the committee is just as satisfied as I am. I think they will be. But I am very thankful to all of you for making the time to wait for us. I want to thank the rank and file of the party.
Kane mampanyi abedi akire Dr. Mudbomia yenua Pius Bedu Bansen enede ensemi ebreye.
Emrasebejafo a ewo apoema ntemu NPP amanyuko ni dimu woye 23 na emudu nim say wona wey wani mo peso otu franka edema NPP no omodi omachita nyina no Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Boymero mususu say esefata no na urumunyafo kofi ahenkramafo eya chance mrasebedwani ugina ne nuano manamu a okasaye
ye 23 out of 23 no emu 15 MPs ena etai Dr. Mahmoud Boymero na nientia ye tai na chi ni say yehu ni say ono ne obia MPP yetumi aton no ama Ghana for all this year say wabaye vice president enti yehwe wo mu a omne na pre no a obie ni ho a ye ka say amanyosem obi a obetumi edi party na ko power na watumi ebu omani ya omu bie ni ho a oni no ese
Oromanyamfo kofi ahenkramafo opanyini ani achi asem na sebedwani nene na atwaguei
Bosomche abaso peso so mrashebedwani onumonyamfo Dr. Yaw Ose Educhum ono so ani abre pa se wobetu franka ama MPP amanyuku no eno woka se yepese yetu ohia buburo ase ewo man wemu a yebetimi aye te se de aman hodo ni bi eye ne anya obi a wobetimi aboade hyehye pa atimi abedi oman nanimu a ohia yebetimi atu ase
Me am a quarter of which who a quine abrofu ifa so a omchichire omoman no mentia se yen yentimi to ohia se ewa ekwa mofa so to ohia se no ohia nya do me dem ehu bi pen bi nu se mo so hu bi pen na nia esimani so pa an se ye beye bia peja Ghana e ma de akwasi broni ye ya onu de sa me oni hia biem no yen so adan ya ye bi de no ye
Dr. Yaw Ose Educhum ene yete ninka.
Na watching mo Dr. Yaw Ose Educhum ne ka say me say chire mu say. Nipa ni mu ayi wo manim no susu say ono na wo sefata. Na amanfo chiem say o mada entinka Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Boymero ene waba pen ti yensan fa ne kobe no chiem say hwe. Unwa akokono da na Yaw Ose prekonkwa na dore sade. Ni nimdie wo ni tirim no. Wona osi ahene ma ne kwan obeboa pa ma Ghana ene mani adane.
Maybe I didn't say amanyosem yedi nipa yi. Amanyosem yedi peja nipa. So amanyosem yedi peja nipa de awo peja amanyosem. Because do that say na ima enne maame ewo. Na maame no me kan say maame me show be na junior high school too. Me kan say me show be maame no bu nkotoje esuin owie na me ko pokuare. Me free senior high school bai. Eno owie pokuare no na me ko medical school UDS enne ima medical doctor.
Dr. Yaw Ose Educhum na watchimu eno wadi ensemu yi etudwa.
Engineer Kwabena aje Japan so eni abrese obese otu franka ma MPP amanyuko eno wakasa se na nse wo sha Ghana sedie ye kabemamika bia mamuon esi kwana sesa kra abato ehun nsem no asesesa ne se enkane na obi kwoto aba okwoto ene okwoto aba nyina no opesika kwoto aba sika semu a edi amanyo semu no ochem se entwe yi ente wo se esesa
Titru pa ne se Ghana
ekwan namso the trajectory na namso no me gidi se enye papa na ye ya ma akoba ne se politics ana amanyosem e ya akoyesika enye correct amanyosem ye ade a wo ye se wo de sum oman me na me abrante 1992 ye hihye kui those days sum to ho ache kasapa enidie enkabom a entity a na wo ho no na ye nyina ye di akire se ye besom ye mind through the vehicle of our party the MPP tinampenifo ye no new patriotic party.
Engineer Kwabena Aje a Japan and I attending camp.
Na watching mu engineer Kwabena Aje Japan. Oka say BMD to just say amount for cancel waba amfa didn't na ngwatena ba bi no si da bi o. Still an ani bra no person wona wosi ahene. Omoto oba de man woni say owodo edema wo man Ghana owodo edema NPP. Say Ghana for man kwan ya no obetima ye de am wo man no enu nti na wo preye say Ghana for nya na mugidie.
Ghana ekwan namso so say the trajectory na namso no me gidi say enye papa na ye ya ma akoba ne say that politics ana amanyosem e ya akoyesika amanyosem ye ade a wo ye say wo de sum oman those days sum to ho ache kasapa enidie enkabom a entity a na wo ho no na ye nyina ye di akire say ye besom ye mind through the vehicle of our party the MPP tinampenifo ye no new patriotic party oman no ekwan namso no say ma me amfa me ho ama for e a mo Ghana for nkae I want my candidature to be a reminder of the Ghanaian political class.
Engineer Kwabena Aje Japan na watching modern samutu jawa bere obepie mu e okukuro ko dwumadie so.
NDC titina ni medase aprobo no egusu ekoso na otwi mu odnani echire mu ewatiwa west any east ewo apoye mantemu ewo ene onmonyamfo asiedu enketia ekase wo hye eniema bi mu a MPP amanyoko anye ni yie no ye nam so ma Ghana fo eto abatia wo mu no NDC aban abase oba be hihye bibia afoforo
also afremo it is onim say body by there body no ese ekura no doctor adwuma ene ye no wo ye doctor wo ma me kura sebe oyare na ese wo pai ni mu na ye no operation a wo twa wo ma me a ebeye ya wo ja no so obewu enti twa na ese wo twa na wo yi yade no free ho achichi no de afa ne ese ase ye nuru ba bia obi bia yede o ma japade ama no aye no basa bia no ese utua hoka
NDC titina ni asiedu enketia ena ete nenka
na watchi mu wosona manyoko NPP wodo ya kire hye so omo ema otu ni din yensura hunahuna na wo kirem sa NDC ba yi waye mfomso na wo MPP ni de ne ye chewa se be ye na benya bail mpo ya asem na emu NDC ni ye mfomso ye che no ane ye se agya ne se ko ya ma bail na wo kirem sa ye yi wankase wo tiri ho ye yi bone Oro Sala Mustafa Kasaya o kire nsemu sei.
There is selective application of the law in this country, which does not augur well for the building of a thriving and vibrant democracy. The new Patriotic Party handed over power to the National Democratic Congress on the 7th of January 2025, after a peaceful election and a peaceful transfer of power.
Oyachiro yewe yachire no wano disem odukopie mu oposu sa hene Owura Christian Tete Yehunu na so onu suso mu edi nsem sei tudwa.
Has delegated members of the police management board to meet you and collect this petition on behalf of the police administration and on behalf of the Inspector General of Police. Leading members of the police management board is Commissioner of Police, Dr. Shaibu Gariba.
Dr. Shaibu Gariba, openini wa DCOP, and wajina posi sa hina na mu a ensemu yi wadi etudwa. Na NPP mpenifo firi hodo wani chiremo mampanyina tana ye honso ode krata bi koma mpenifo.
We decry a certain pattern that we have noticed over the last few months, being arrest, harassment of MPP people, especially its youth. Your Excellency, I can mention young people in the party who have been arrested for mainly unjustifiable reasons. This we find very worrying, especially the mode of arrest. Rambo style, heavy-handed, and some of the occasions break of the law and the trampling upon the freedom and liberties.
Omampanyina tana ye Salam Mustafa Kasaya chire no. Deputy Chief of Staff, Emma Vice President, Unumunyafo Alex Egbefia, and so Ejina Mampina mu a krata no waje ye edi nsem sei tuja.
I am happy today to be actually standing in front of the Flagstaff House to receive your petition, which in recent times would not have been possible. But today, you are able to come here and deliver the petition. And I can assure you that it will be given the necessary attention or the appropriate attention that it requires. Our president has always been a democratic, fair leader, following the principles and processes of democracy.
What for Alesek Befia, Nene and Abdullah Dasman, Nedaman Boy.
Na uchi mu anadom kuma mu mrashebje fie fresh entrofo enhia mu eno nenam so madam ango mrashebje ni wono aye minority ranking member ya wada foreign affairs eso onumunyamfo Samuel Abdullah Jinapo kasa eno wo se wo hwenti asiapam bia da Ghana ene US ntemu a enkrofo bia wo mu ediport wo mu se Ghana fo enyi wo mu no wo mu esusu se saade no a aban no eye no won jai sisi a ominimu ya wonyai na womohwe na mra enye adwuma
any America maya ban akoye no kire se ye chi bibini bia wa America na America aban adwenche ni se bibini no nkrata odete man nim no enye papa ye yine fi man nim a Ghana ban age atum se ye begio nipa de bi fi America man nim aba Ghana ha wo hwe Ghana ye mra pon a broni ye fe no constitution na article 75 kire se aban Ghana ban ni amanoni aban foforo bi ekoye nhyehyɛ bia eye se Ghana ban de saa nhyehyɛ no ebeto mrahye bedwa na mrahye bedwa fo ye mpensim mu pene so se nhyehyɛ na aban na koye no eye nhyehyɛ a ebeboa ye man no anase nhyehyɛ emboa ye man no.
Onumonyamfo Samuel Abdullah Jinapo Damango MP ena yete ninka Emmanuel Akoli ena de amanie ebreye.
Na watchi mu Ghana Law Society mpeni for bo na kopie mu ewo Justice Paul Bafuboni ne naso okoya na etiri nkwa ena ode command wo se ne yaboni din se wonye Chief Justice ewo my Ghana mu na Justice Paul Bafuboni ne kasa im no ena ode to nanim se Ghana ebra so obi bia wasem kopie mu okota wunya atimginafo na wotimi gina mu atwitwa de ma wo.
On the bench of the judiciary as signified by the constitution, power emanates from the people, and the adjudicating powers of the nation is vested in the society, in the judiciary, and the judiciary alone. And justice is delivered by us in the judiciary, but we know that the bar plays a very, very, very important role in the administration of justice. That is why we have always, even in some cases, when we find that litigants or for that matter accused persons are not represented, you find judges, because we recognize the importance of the contributions of lawyers to the administration of justice.
Justice Paul Bafuboni nenenie na neka se atire no owura Abraham Amaleba meranimni ojina Ghana Law Society kuna na mu a odi nsem sei etudwa.
Our coming here is simply to congratulate you and to say that ever since you took over of the judiciary, we've seen some positives in the sense that we've noticed how the judiciary is beginning to assert itself and as it were showing how independent it can be. And that is what Ghanaians have been craving for. Your sterling leadership is giving hope to Ghanaians. And with the fact that you are also being nominated to continue, we are aware that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Owura Abraham Amaliba na wotwi modin nsam itudwa Philippa Tanga ediamane boyi ebesomo yen.
Lawyer Penya Walker and Chief Justice Yama me get Tokono, one more lawyers a womu edutwa ageno lawyer ayikwe O2 and wakasa say. We are quite more than a client ever swaja. Most of in Eddie say one year Chief Justice Biomua. So Wabasa ye Juman so I was Supreme Court so most of my sign Jeffrey in some. One so more court na Wamakope na Mrana saying Mrano actual mudientia, Mameno or Mayino Efrio.
is failing to give the report to serve a copy against the person that the report concerns. How do you expect them to prepare and go to? I mean, when you are doing all sorts of wrong things, tell people before even you started that when you come, you are resetting judicial and you cannot work with them. So by all means, you have to go. So what have you done? You just call some people to come and go and sit there, bring me some petition, and then I will say that something has happened. And based upon that, we try and remove it. It is not fair. She is not fighting that I should be the Chief Justice by all means. She's saying that let's use the fairness of the process, and just as I would do for my client.
Lawyer Ayikwe Otu Enayete Ninka.
Now what you trade union congress TUC ekoni penifo e de to aban anim say o ma aban akosi busumi ye wiye saban anhwe na railway workers union ekoni wantua won ka ene obebo railway workers union no ama o ye kire mbe so omoye editi aban no abaso owura Judicial ansa e kasai
Yakapa TUC no railway na yeti. Bosom for dumie. Workers from railway company have not been paid. Ya nebe ya actual letters are called abem we actual ministry. But no say bia na ye. They bia assurance and say wonya buto metia. Ama in sama haships aba workers no matter nya kakra. Ye na no etitro abem say any ewura no say one person ko strike no. If we say ya agin papa na o ma fa na ignisie pa say yam fa ya no ntunu yam bo Nti once omoye member na yan see workers ni bread from any help from no sani na from dia and you
Owura Judicial ansa wa chochoro for edemati usiku no na watwemu wodi nsemu yi etudwa
na watwa etwemu no na chose Dr. Kwame Nkrumah awoda na esi kwasiada ntino trespass ye ekopie mu ewo ejuada ntina juada no na ye fofida na no na peace news ekobonten so kobisa Ghana fo nyina se Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ede ba de pa no mo de kan no na oba ye niam oye no ede na omeka ede afa ho
Yen kwala ye ko school ye sua nya bebre ye Kwame Nkrumah ye hu se no yo bi a neni edin a oni nkrofo bi be kan bo mu eje Ghana edi si ho ne abrofo di be si eni eje Ghana si ho obo a Ghana de Ghana gina mpempesu bi a na abrofo no kora pu na ye hu ye o mu enti oye bi pa ma Ghana enti ye kai no de na ye na fofida ye nyina ye nsom ni endi ne fa kai no na mo ye kai se enye ne ho a omo ye nipa be si so sa he na omo ye enti omo nyina so ye kai o mu bi
de minim fa Kwame Nkrumah se ono no beje fa hundi ma Ghana enye ono ankasa me just any baby no celebrating day.
He's the founder of KNUST, that's Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. That's what I remember.
Kwame Nkrumah ya Ghana for ankasa na ya because time ye president pa independence ma Ghana hapa. Ejumo ye since long ago. E da so ho. Akoso bo down ni nyama Nkrumah ye no. Just 9 years so. Ultimate transfer up to 20 years so. Ghana be than inside bruchiri.
Ghana fo ni bi na omudi peace kase edi enkomo efa eniema wo mo kai edefa Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ehwo yenua nana yaw ansa afram na ode amanie ebreye
awie yebegina we so na anwumire yi kase boy de besom no yedi na esi akenkanfo me Sadat Muhammad Mene
mame akosia etonam
yamamumo enitia enyado